Hey everybody, welcome to RC Mustsee, and today I will be testing out my Dhk Optimus XL on the racetrack. Alright, so there it is. For those of you not familiar with this RC, it's a 1/8 scale buggy. It's kind of one of those cheaper Chinese, direct from China cars. And for the price, it looks pretty attractive. Now, I've had this for several months, and I've used it on the track many times. But before I get into that, let's get a little overview of what we got going on here. Alright, so as you see it, it's in its complete stock form, except for the shock absorbers. I did put a little bit of a thicker oil in there just to let it give it a little bit better jumping ability. For those of you that don't know, it's got an 8 scale, pretty big brushless motor, 120 amp ESC. It runs out of the box on 4S, which for whatever reason DHK decided to use two 2S batteries wired in line. And on paper, this thing, has it all. It's got sway bars, big bore shocks here, lots of aluminum all over it. I believe it's the same car as the DHK Zombie, just it comes with buggy tires and a wing on the back, although I think the Zombie has a wing too. But it's a pretty fast car, and it's probably a great basher. I bashed it. I have videos of me out bashing it at my little spot, and it does pretty well. As far as it being on the track, though, I have taken it out. Couldn't wait. I never recorded it. And every time I've been here with it, I have broken it. Every single time. And what I've found with this thing is, unlike your better techno or, associated real race buggy, it just, the parts on it don't hold up. Whether it's the metal, the screws, especially the plastics on this thing. I mean, the last time I was here, I literally snapped the shock tower and right off the diff case, which is where it connects right there. I've snapped shock shaft, I've broken a rear hub bearing carrier in the back. I mean, it was one thing after the next. I swore I would never bring it back out again, but here I am. And, I figured I did try to sell it recently on eBay. It didn't sell. I couldn't get what I wanted for it, so I figured I would keep it and maybe break it again. Let's fire this bad boy up and see how it does. I'm going to start here, I think, with this video with the stock tires. They're not very good on track surface. They have super tall knobs, and it doesn't grip well on this kind of hard pack track I have. I think a few laps in, I'm going to switch to some legitimate race tires and see how much better it performs. Before I get going, I would like to preface this video here saying that it is super hot today here in New Jersey. Getting close to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's really hot, obviously. So don't know what that effect's going to have. The ESC does have a cooling fan on it. The motor does not. It has a mount for it, and you can get it relatively inexpensively online. One of the good things about this car, the parts are pretty cheap, but you probably will need to buy them, from my experience anyway. Alright, let's get this thing working. Alright, so as you could see, it doesn't get much grip with those stock tires. They just don't bite. It understeers really bad. I couldn't even make a full lap. It's so hot out here that my phone started to overheat, and that's what I use to record all this stuff. So don't want to kill the expensive phone. In the meantime, I'm gonna just top off the batteries. I have my generator going, and I think I'm gonna swap the tires out just because it seems like my run time's a little bit limited today. Alright, so this is what I'm putting on. This is the AKA I-Beam in soft compound. It's actually a pretty aggressive tread tire. I usually save it for loose days or like kind of practice at a race. It worked well for me, the race I did. But just a much better quality, stiffer. Hopefully it'll give us a little bit extra grip. Here you can see the two tires next to each other. Here's the good one, and that's the stock one. The good one is actually a bit wider, believe it or not, and just a much grippier compound, and it has a nice foam in there that doesn't fold over like this one. This has the stock tire is ultra soft, and I think it tends to slide around as well as not grip. So maybe that'll do it. Okay, so that was one lap. Before the car, my phone, and I overheat, I think I'm going to call it today. The new tires made a big difference. Still kind of wayward handling. It's no race car, but it did absolutely help it steer. Also noticed here that my ESC has the tape that holds it down has come undone. So this thing's kind of flopping around while I'm driving. So on further inspection, the car did almost break. The shock actually popped out of its little ball end there on the left front, and then the right front, as you can see, the whole screw bent. And that's actually a replacement screw I put in from a Traxxas car. So this thing definitely not good for taking big jumps, but that's only scratching the surface. I haven't really inspected the car yet fully, but there you go. On its way to Breakville. I would definitely say if you're going to get an Optimus and you'd like to upgrade it, really all you need to do is just get a good quality set of wheels and tires. That will definitely make a huge difference in how the buggy handles. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, share if you want to support the channel, and stay tuned for lots more cool RC videos to come. Thanks. Cheers.